My name is Aria, and I have come here with my story. To be honest, all the toxic mother-in-law stories I have heard have inspired me to share my personal experience. I never knew mother-in-laws could be so horrible. I lost my mom in my childhood, and my father also passed away before I met my husband, Daniel. They were amazing parents, so I never realized that mothers can be so cruel. I should have seen this coming. My mother-in-law, Bonnie, was a horrible mother. I have no idea why a part of me was hoping that she would change. I mean, the woman never liked me at all. She was downright mean towards me. Bonnie is one of those people who likes to take advantage of others. Daniel had told me several stories about how she would constantly take his money when he was a minor. Kelly, his sister, also had the same fate. When I finally met Bonnie, I realized that she even expected me to cater to her needs. She said, "I have a certain lifestyle, Harriet. I hope you understand that I like to be pampered and spoiled whenever possible. As my future daughter-in-law, you should understand that." "I do understand that, Bonnie, but what I don't understand is why you're telling me this," I replied. "Well, as you know, Daniel takes care of all of my needs. He spoils me with stuff all the time. When you get married to him, I would expect you to contribute as well," she said. That was a total shocker for me. Yes, she did get gifts from Daniel from time to time, but I knew for a fact that all of her gifts and luxurious purchases were conned out of him. Well, before I met Bonnie, Daniel and Kelly did tell me about the practices of Bonnie. They said, "Since Daniel wants you to be a part of our family, I think there are a few things you should know about Mom." I don't know how to put this, but she does have a habit of conning us out of money. Seriously, she scams her children out of money. I asked incredulously. Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. Do you remember how I was short on rent last month? Well, Mom took my credit card and bought herself a $1,000 purse, Kelly said. I had no idea about this. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I asked. Sorry, Aria. It was embarrassing for me. My mom acted like an immature child. I didn't know how to tell you the truth, Kelly responded. I was absolutely shocked at Bonnie's audacity. I still had no idea why she thought she was entitled to give herself a gift by spamming her son. Also, I had no idea why Daniel didn't confront her about this illegal activity. Why didn't you confront her? She should have returned the purse and given you the money, I said to Daniel. I did confront her. As usual, she turned on the waterworks and started to emotionally blackmail me. Mom is like that, Aria. You know, it's easy for you to say that Daniel should stand up to her, but in the end, she is our mom. Plus, she can play the victim card very well, Daniel explained. Mom does tend to play the victim. She has raised us as a single mom for a long time. Mom likes to use that against us to get her way, Kelly added. But this is wrong, Daniel. Even if she did sacrifice for you, you guys are helping her enough. She shouldn't be doing this stuff, I said, frustrated. Even when I said it, I knew that there was nothing Daniel could do. Bonnie's excuse for scamming her kids was kind of sentimental, so even I felt bad for her. This is one of the main reasons why I didn't push the issue. At the end of the day, it was their money and their mom. I had no right to say anything else. Daniel and I eventually got married. There had been some more financial problems with Bonnie, but Daniel dealt with it himself. However, I had no idea how low Bonnie could stoop. It all started when Bonnie suddenly decided to live with Kelly. Initially, Kelly was reluctant to house her since she had just had her second child. However, Bonnie guilt-tripped her with her sob stories, saying that she felt lonely. Kelly felt guilty again and allowed her into her home. However, after a few months, Bonnie showed up at our door with her luggage. I said, "Hey Bonnie, what is the matter? I thought you were staying with Kelly." Yes, but she has just had a second kid, and I don't want her to feel burdened. I thought since this is my son's place, I could stay here for a while. I will look for a place to rent soon. I won't be here for long, Bonnie replied. You can stay here, Mum. It's not a big deal. We can just adjust for the time being. Aria, will you have a problem with that? I mean, I know I deserve to be here, but you might not be too happy about it. You might feel as if I'm taking too much from Daniel. I don't have a problem, Bonnie. I understand why you want to give Kelly some space. She has had a hard pregnancy and needs some time alone with her new family. You can stay here until you get a new place. Honestly, I was a little concerned about Bonnie showing up at our place unannounced, but I kept my mouth shut. I didn't want to disturb Kelly with questions when she was adjusting to her new life. I did put it on the back burner and eventually forgot about it. What did continue to bother me was that Bonnie never left. No, she kept staying with us for months with no intention of looking for a new place. We had no idea why she was doing this. What's worse was the fact that she demanded that Daniel and I fund her shopping sprees. When we refused, she tried to guilt trip us as well. Suffice to say, I shut that down real quick. While we were still figuring out why Bonnie was making no move to leave, something else happened. A lot of money went missing from our house. It didn't happen at once. We used to find that around $100 to $200 went missing every week. Not only that, but some of my heirloom jewelry also went missing. I was devastated. I said, I don't know where my jewelry went. They were super sentimental to me. My Nana gifted me those before she died. Hell, even one of my mom's rings is missing. I don't know what to do. Don't worry, Aria. It'll show up somewhere. It can't just disappear from the house, Daniel said, trying to reassure me. I'm going mad thinking that I have misplaced them. I'll never forgive myself if they are lost forever, Daniel. Do you think we should inform the police? Don't be such a whiny woman, Aria. They are just jewelry. You still have plenty more. I knew a girl like you wouldn't be able to handle such precious pieces. This serves you right. Don't bother the police with such stupid stuff, Bonnie snapped. Bonnie's reaction raised a lot of alarm bells in my head immediately. I smelled something fishy. However, being the good girl I am, I dismissed those suspicions quickly. In my mind, Bonnie didn't deserve my suspicions just because she was mean to me. When the money still kept disappearing, Daniel and I grew concerned. We had plenty of fights about this issue as well. Mostly, we blamed each other for misplacing the money. Bonnie's laid-back attitude about being in our home was also getting on my nerves. She was living with us rent-free and gave us absolutely no money at all. Instead, she came home with bags of luxury products almost every month. It was so bizarre that even Daniel was getting tired of her. One day, we actually decided to talk to Bonnie. We said, Mom, is everything all right? You said that you were going to find a rental apartment. Do you have any leads on that? It's been months since you moved in. No, I haven't decided on one yet. It'll just take a few more days to find one. You know I have some financial problems and can't just find a place right away, Bonnie replied. But you have been spending a lot of money on luxury goods every month. You have money to pay for those, but not for rent. I find that odd. I mean, you don't even contribute to the household, I said. Don't talk to me like that, Aria. You have no right to tell me how to spend my money. Why should I contribute to this house? I'm only here for a few days. Plus, I am Daniel's mother. I deserve to enjoy my son's house and everything in it. Bonnie snapped back. Having conversations with Bonnie took us nowhere. She apparently had enough to spend on unnecessary stuff, but didn't have rent money. We had no idea why she was doing this and intentionally extended her stay. Also, her comment about deserving everything in the house alarmed me. All these events made me suspect that Bonnie was stealing from us. I was afraid to talk to Daniel about this. I knew he would get mad and defensive. However, I gathered the courage to breach the subject. I sat him down in private and said, "I don't know how to say this, Daniel. I have a feeling Bonnie has been going through our stuff. She might even be the one stealing from us." "What are you saying, Harry? I don't believe this. You are dead wrong about all this." "Think about it, Daniel. All this trouble with missing money and jewelry started after Bonnie moved in. We both leave for work every day, and she is the only one who stays here. Plus, it's easy for her to access our stuff since she stays here all alone all day. My mom would never do something like that. She may not be able to rent right now, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have money. Even if she didn't, she would never steal." "You're pretty confident about her, Daniel. I understand she is your mom, but you need to be practical about this. I'm telling you that I'm very suspicious about her right now. My suspicions were getting intense when more money kept disappearing throughout the months. I still had no idea where my jewelry went, so I decided to do something weird. I went out and got cameras for our rooms. I was desperately hoping to find answers to where my stuff was. I hoped it would give me an answer about why Bonnie was still staying with us and if she was behind this. Daniel knew about my decision and thought nothing of it. After a few days, money went missing again, so Daniel and I decided to check the footage. We froze when we saw the clips. Turns out Bonnie was stealing money from us when we were not looking. That explained all the strange money disappearances we had over the months. At first, we used to blame each other for misplacing the money, but now it was clear that Bonnie was stealing from us. Hell, she was the one who stole my heirloom jewelry. This is exactly why she never talked about leaving. I mean, who would leave a place that gives you free coins? After seeing the footage, Daniel was furious. He wanted to confront Bonnie right away and demand she give the money back. He said, "I had no idea Mom would steal from us. Sorry, Aria. I shouldn't have blamed you for the stolen money. I should have taken your suspicions into account when you told me about Mom. It's okay, Daniel. She is your mom. It's natural for you to feel for her. But she tricked us both. What she did is not okay. We let her stay here for free, and she repays us by stealing our stuff. I feel so bad, Aria. She even stole your jewelry. Just wait, I'll go and confront her. I will make her give everything back." "Daniel, we can't confront Bonnie. She will deny everything and just blackmail us. I highly doubt she'll return the money, plus she may have already sold my jewelry. Then what do we do, Aria? We can't just stay quiet. I don't want Mom to walk away without consequences." "Don't worry, Daniel. Your mom will face consequences. I won't let her go easily. But first, there are two things we need to do. Rushing to confront Bonnie was not the best idea for us. I also knew that the best course of action would be to call the police. However, I wanted to talk to Kelly to make sure she wouldn't help Bonnie. From all my interactions with Kelly, I was almost sure that she wouldn't support Bonnie. Still, I thought that a family discussion was in order. So I called Kelly and told her that we would come over. When we showed up and told her everything, Kelly was shocked. She said, "Oh my God. Mom did this to you guys too. What the hell is wrong with her?" "What do you mean, Kelly?" "Mom has stolen from us before. When my husband and I let her stay here, she stole $7,000 from us. I did confront her about it, and she confessed. That's horrible. Why didn't you press charges against her, Kelly? That is a lot of money." "We didn't have proof, guys. She knew that and mocked me for trying to scare her. In the end, we had to let it go because she didn't leave any evidence." But we do have evidence, Kelly. We saw the CCTV camera footage. She's the one who has been stealing from us. I can't believe she dared to touch our money and Aria's jewelry. She has been crying for weeks and blaming herself. Really? You guys have proof. That is actually amazing. I bet Mom never saw that coming. Are you guys planning to go to the cops? Daniel is right, Kelly. We do have proof, and I'm going to sue her and call the police. She has crossed a major line and committed a crime. I don't think we should let her go. What do you say, Kelly? I am all on your side, Aria. Hell, I would have pressed charges myself if I had proof. Even if I couldn't do anything, I'm glad you can. Don't let her get off easy, and don't worry. I will come to rescue her when she needs bail money. With that confirmation in hand, Daniel and I went home. On our way home, we called the police and told them everything. We even saved all the evidence that we had so far. What's even better was the fact that I was watching her live through the cameras. Yes, this witch stole money again while we were coming back from Kelly's place. She stole the whole thing from my car. When Daniel and I reached home, Bonnie was already in the kitchen, pretending to be concerned about dinner. I knew that she had no intention of helping. She was just pretending to help. We calmly went into the kitchen and told her that we needed to talk. She looked confused and asked us what was wrong. We said, Bonnie, we know that you've been stealing from us. We want to know why, and we want all our money plus jewelry back. What are you talking about? I have no idea about your money or anything. There must be a misunderstanding. Quit the act, Bonnie. There is no use for that right now. Just answer my question. We are really upset. I need answers right now. Don't deny it because we have proof you have been stealing from us. Daniel, look at what your witch wife is saying. She's accusing your mother of stealing. I just cannot believe her audacity. I always knew Aria hated me, but I never thought she would stoop so low. Say something, Daniel. You can't let her insult me like that. What do you want me to say, Mom? Aria's not lying. We have security cameras in the house. I saw you steal from us. That's when I pulled out my phone and showed her all the recordings we had. She took one look at them and turned pale. The sudden change in her expression was hilarious. I would have laughed if I wasn't pissed and concerned about my heirloom jewelry. Bonnie saw the tapes and started to stutter. She mumbled out excuses just as the police pulled up to the house. She looked panicked and said, Daniel, just look at that. Your witch of a wife has called the police on me. Look, I know I messed up, but you can't let me get arrested. Your wife planned all this to make me look bad and kick me out. You have some nerve blaming Aria after what you have done. You are a pathetic mom. Nothing Aria did can justify your thieving actions. To even try to pull that is outrageous. We have been more than generous with you, Bonnie. We let you live here rent-free and didn't even charge you utilities. You stayed here for 4 months and repaid our kindness by stealing our money. You knew how sentimental and precious my jewelry was to me, yet you stole them and sold them to God knows where. Bonnie started to cry very loudly and begged us to forgive her. She again gave all sorts of excuses and even tried to be nice to me. It was disgusting, and I felt nothing but anger towards her. I let the police in and showed them the footage of Bonnie's stealing antics. They took verbal statements from me and Daniel and arrested Bonnie. That didn't stop Bonnie from trying to make a fuss about her arrest. Instead, she alternated between begging and crying to screaming and yelling at us. Things calmed down only after she was taken away by the cops. In the weeks that followed, we gave the police all the evidence we had. Since Bonnie was now a legal tenant, we also had to serve her an eviction notice. Bonnie stayed in jail because she had no money to get bail. Her bank account was frozen because she deposited all the stolen money into it. Kelly had promised not to help out Bonnie at all. Instead, she gave her own statement to the police about what happened at her house. Suffice to say, Bonnie was absolutely not happy. The case went to court, and she was found guilty. We still have another hearing where the judge will declare her punishment. The police also made her spill the name of the pawn shop where she sold my jewelry. She gave them the name as she was scared. We went to the shop with all the proof and the police. Thankfully, we were able to get back my jewelry, but it bore bad news for Bonnie. The pawn shop and my insurance company both sued her since she signed a declaration at the pawn shop saying that the jewelry was hers. Bonnie would be apprehended for that as well. It looks like Bonnie will face some jail time after all. As for me and Daniel, we're doing much better. I am expecting our first child, and I'm super happy. What makes me even happier is the fact that Daniel no longer wants to keep in touch with Bonnie. It gives me some relief to know that my kids won't be around a thief. Both Daniel and Kelly have informed Bonnie about the no-contact decision. Bonnie didn't react well, but has respected it so far. I guess she doesn't want more felony charges against her. So far, we are in a much better place and eagerly waiting for Bonnie